And welcome to the Town of Rockland's Board of Selectmen meeting for Tuesday, November 21st, 2023. Please stand and join us at the Pledge of Allegiance. Chief Theory, please start us off.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be advised that this open meeting is being broadcast live and recorded for playback by WRPS at youtube.com/WRPS Rockland. Please go to WRPSRockland.com for further information. First on the agenda tonight, community announcements, police promotions, Chief Cioli.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, members of the board and ladies and gentlemen who are here tonight. The Rockland Police Department would like to announce and present to you two officers who were recently promoted at the department. I'm going to ask them both to come forward. Standing before you today are Sergeant Joshua Gilcoin to my left and Lieutenant Thomas McDonald here. Both officers were ranked first on our departmental promotional assessment conducted by Public Safety Consultants, which conducted a rigorous assessment for the positions of sergeant and lieutenant. All of the candidates were put through a series of stressful and demanding scenarios and exercises designed to measure their abilities and aptitude for those respective positions. Just a little background for Sergeant Gilcoin. Grew up in Rockland and attended Rockland High School. He attended Westfield State University and has a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. He joined the department in August of 2012 as a permanent intermittent and was appointed full-time in July of 2013. Sergeant Gilcoin is a certified firearms instructor for the department. He also performs a pivotal role as our field training officer, helping to shape our new recruits. As mentioned, Sergeant Gilcoin was ranked first on our departmental promotional assessment conducted by area chiefs and command staff. Sergeant Gilcoin will serve in the patrol division of the department as a shift supervisor, which is one of the most demanding positions in the department. A good supervisor must not only look out for the well-being of the officers under his or her command, acting as educator, role model, and supporter, but also extract the best out of their officers, guiding their efforts so that they coincide with the mission and vision of our department. Sergeant Gilcoin is perfectly suited for this role, possessing a level head and calm demeanor, which is what is often needed dealing with chaotic and challenging calls for service. And as a supervising officer for many years, I can certainly attest to the professionalism and thoroughness he brings to the job. Lieutenant McDonald. Thomas McDonald grew up in Rockland and also attending Rockland High School. He possesses a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from California Coast University, and he joined the department in 1996 as an E911 dispatcher and permanent intermittent. He was appointed full-time in May of 1999. He was promoted to the rank of sergeant in 2011 and has supervised the department's 12-to-8 shift for the last 12 years. It should be noted that the 12-to-8 shift can be somewhat unique and challenging, with officers handling serious calls for service with few resources available to them. I can certainly attest as a patrol lieutenant for 13 years. I've had some interesting conversations with Sergeant McDonald at 3 in the morning, and I can tell you right now, all the decisions that he's ever made have always been in the best interests of the town and the citizens of this community. And you'll be getting those calls now. He's also served with our department's Distinguished Honor Guard since 1998. He currently supervises the department's field training program and was awarded the prestigious FBI Leader, which stands for Law Enforcement Executive Development Association's Trilogy Award, after completing the 3 phases of leadership training sponsored by FBI Leader. As previously mentioned, Lieutenant McDonald is currently ranked first on the promotional list for lieutenant. And last but certainly not least, Lieutenant McDonald is also a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. So without further ado, what I'd like to do is ask some of the family members to step forward for a brief pinning ceremony. Gentlemen, if you could just take front center stage. Sergeant Gilcoin will be pinned by his mother, Nancy Gilcoin, who I might say served with our department for several years as an auxiliary officer. I want to thank you for your service. Lieutenant McDonald will be pinned by his fiancée, Tiffany Covey. So if you could step forward. You did okay. Gentlemen, Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Next on the agenda, under community announcements. Thanks for
Yeah,
announcing.
sure. Hi, everyone. Just a quick community announcement. Town Hall will be closed for Thanksgiving, both Thursday and Friday this week, so just to let the community know. That's about it.
Thank you, Courtney. Next on the agenda, minutes from November 3rd, 2023. Motion to approve. Motion or a second? Motion and a second. All those in favor? It's unanimous. Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve minutes from November 7th, 2023.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor? That's unanimous. Okay, next on the agenda, under new business, school evacuation update. Police Chief Nick Zioli. Chief, thanks for sticking around. We'll let you get out there in half a second, but obviously, as you're well aware, we had a interesting situation here that occurred in town last week, and I just thought maybe it'd be a good opportunity for you to give the community an update as to what exactly occurred.
Sure. So, on 11/15 at approximately 11:30 a.m., the Rockland Police Department responded to the Rogers Middle School for an alleged bomb threat. One of our school resource officers, Ethan Schnabel, who was at the high school at the time, immediately responded to the middle school to investigate the incident. Reports indicated that 2 students at the middle school allegedly overheard another student mention having some kind of bomb in their bag. Additional officers, including myself, responded to the middle school and met with members of the middle school staff and superintendent's office to coordinate the scene. Based on the information at the scene and out of abundance of caution, the decision was made to evacuate both the middle school and the high school and call in some bomb-sniffing canines to clear the school of any hazards. The students were evacuated to local staging areas and later dismissed. Members of the Massachusetts State Police and Quincy Police Department bomb units arrived on scene and cleared both the middle school and the high school. Based on the subsequent investigation into the incident, the threat was determined to not be credible. And I want to take this opportunity to commend the students and staff of the Rockland Middle School and High School for their cooperation and composure while following the evacuation plans as directed. I would also like to thank the Massachusetts State Police, the Quincy Police Department, and also the Rockland Fire Department who were on scene to help us assist with this incident. It goes without saying that we practice quite regularly and work very closely with the Rockland Public Schools. We have emergency management meetings that we go over protocols and how to handle these incidents. And it's that type of partnership that really pays dividends during these types of incidents, because when we get into a room, especially with the superintendent and his staff, it's just it's a mutual understanding, and decisions are made in a very timely manner. And that's what happened here. So that's really it at this point. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Anybody have any questions in regards to this issue?
I just wanted to say thanks for being so prudent about it and just crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's, and good job.
No, like I said, it goes without saying that it's very important to keep those lines of communication going. I had communication quite regularly with Courtney that day, just trying to make timely updates so everybody knows what's going on and giving the information that we can at the time, because things change. And a lot of times when we're dealing with incidents like that, there's that feeling of directly, tunnel vision on what's going on, but it's important that you step back and make sure that people get notified as to what's going on, because clearly, obviously, the parents are concerned.
So obviously, it's something that you mentioned that you guys prepare for all the time. You guys go through drills and stuff like that. How closely would you say the actual practical application of what the kids and the staff and faculty at the schools learned and practiced, did it match up to what your expectations were for pre-planning for a potential event.
Oh,
in
it
that
did,
case.
absolutely. I mean, we watched, and the students, the staff immediately knew where to go. There wasn't a lot of question. They knew what to do. They took direction very well. I'm actually very proud of the students of that school. The maturity they showed, just cooperating with our protocols, and really just showed that what we decided, the way we practice is how it went down.
Perfect. Okay. If anybody has anything else, we're all set. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate the update. All right, next on the agenda, 7:15 alcohol license transfer hearing. We're not quite there, so we'll skip that for 1 second. So we'll go one-day liquor license, Rockland Memorial Library. Karen, come on up.
Yep.
Karen, how are you? Welcome back.
Great, thank you.
What can we do for you this evening?
Well, once a
Yeah,
year
please.
I get a chance to say something about the Friends, so I'm going to. My name is Karen Hafner. I'm the president of Rockland Memorial Library Foundation, also known as the Friends of the Library. And here's a partial list of what we do. Right now in the rotunda at the library, there's a great show on about our unreturned Civil War veterans. And the Friends organize and fund the Art in the Rotunda program. The day after Thanksgiving, this is a busy time for us, so the day after Thanksgiving we'll be decorating the Christmas tree and the mantle in the young adult room. And on the holiday stroll, we'll be having the Victorian carolers, which have become a tradition. We organize and host that, and thank Rockland Cultural Council for sponsoring that in part. We do poetry readings, we have speakers, we handle the museum passes at the library. We've dedicated $3,000 plus for summer reading for this coming summer, and also money for the teen club. And once a year, we thank and celebrate our members and ask you to grant our liquor license.
Okay, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. No, it's a great event, so with that being said, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second?
Motion and a second, all those in favor? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are close enough. Okay, I will entertain a motion to enter into public hearing for the 7:15 alcohol license transfer hearing for Easy Mart, 339 Center Ave.
Motion.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second?
Motion and a second, all those in favor? It's unanimous, thank you. All right, public hearings begun, thank you. Gentlemen, welcome.
How you doing?
I'm good, yourself?
Good. My name is Attorney John Moradian. Demarcus Law Offices. With me is Romil Patel and his partner Vijay Patel. They've entered into a purchase and sale agreement to buy the store known as Easy Mart. Their corporation is called Sheonam Corporation. I may have butchered the name. But we're seeking tonight approval of transfer of the beer and wine package store license, approval of Romil Patel here as the manager of record, and approval of the pledge of the license and inventory to Rockland Trust Company as they're financing the transaction. This is a change in business ownership. There's no change to the store footprint or anything like that. Romil is tip certified, so is VJ. They'll have 2 to 3 additional employees, part-time employees likely, who'll be tip certified, and they will use an ID scanner to address underage alcohol sales. Romil here works at Lucky Wine Spirits right now in Quincy. His experience selling alcohol and takes underage sales seriously. They've been through the ZBA process in town, and that was approved, and a copy of that was included with the application. So with that, I'll take any questions the board may have.
Anybody have any questions or comments?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay. Okay, so anybody in the audience, any questions or comments? Okay. Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to dissolve the public hearing.
Motion to dissolve.
Motion to dissolve, do I have a second?
Second?
Motion and a second, all those in favor, roll call votes, Selectperson Childs,
Yes.
Selectperson Shortall,
Yes.
Selectperson Elwood,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Needham,
Yes.
and myself. Okay, public hearing is resolved. I will entertain a motion to approve the license transfer for Easy Mart 339 Center Ave.
Motion to approve license transfer.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second,
Motion and a second. All those in favor? Roll call vote. Selectperson Childs.
yes.
Selectperson Shortall.
Yes.
Selectperson Elwood.
Yes.
Vice Chairman Nyman. I did it again. Oh, wow. It's the Needham, Needham. Sorry, that was my previous vice chair. Vice Chairman Needham
Yes.
and myself. So that's unanimous. Thank you, guys.
Thank you
Welcome
very
to
much.
Rockland. We wish you well.
Thank you.
I just got on a roll there. I was going so fast, and I was just like,
Old habits.
I'm always trying to be cognizant of making sure I say select person, and then I forget the name that I'm saying after. Next on the agenda, appointments. Rent Control Board, Deborah Joyce. Deborah, come on up. You do exist. I think we've had you on 3 agendas already.
I work in the town of Holbrook.
Yep,
And our late night is Tuesday.
yep.
From up to 7.
So you know who Vice Chairman Nyman is that
I
I'm
sure do.
referring to,
Yes.
because she
Yes, I
also
do.
works with you in Holbrook, so.
Yes.
So Deborah, welcome. Obviously, you're applying as a resident seat on the Rent Control Board
Yes.
from Live Oaks, I believe?
Yes.
Okay. Currently, they have a member from Leisure Woods. There are 2 from either Leisure Woods, Live Oaks, or Hillcrest. And in this case, it would be somebody from Leisure Woods and from, I think, probably the first time from Live Oaks. So usually there's a member from Hillcrest otherwise. So, so Deb, if you want to just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you currently do, what keeps you so busy over in the town of Holbrook, and then what your interest is in the Rent Control Board.
Well, in Holbrook, I am principal clerk for the town of Holbrook for the Conservation Board and the Planning Board. And I go to meetings monthly, many meetings, and I love the process. I like being involved. So I moved to Rockland 2 years ago, and I thought it'd be good to get involved, and I figured I'm living there, I might as well put my 2 feet in. So that's pretty much why I thought I'd step in.
Okay, anybody else have any questions for Deb?
Yeah, what interests you specifically about the Rent Control Board?
Well, I pay it.
Yeah.
So I thought that would be, you know,
Yeah.
it's just, again, it's just a foot in the door, just to kind of see what the rent control, because we don't have that in Holbrook. So
Yeah.
I'm just curious,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
a
just
great
thought a
way of,
voice would
Yeah,
be,
it's a, thank you for volunteering
You're
for this. It's
welcome.
really an
You're
important
welcome.
board
yeah.
to help, keep rents at a reasonable.
Okay, I
Great
just
for
watched
seniors.
the last meeting, so
Mhm.
it's interesting,
Mhm.
to say the
Yep.
least.
More to come.
So,
Anybody have any other questions or comments for Deb?
Just thank you for offering to be engaged in the town. It's wonderful and welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I feel pretty comfortable. I'll entertain a motion to approve Deb as a member of the Rent Control Board.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Thank
Deb,
you very
welcome
much.
aboard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, so next on the agenda is a position for the Registrar of Voting. It's Pierce McNally. So Pierce McNally is a law student, and apparently he was unable to make it here tonight. Pierce is a former member of our Charter Review Committee. He was actually, I think, at one point, the vice chairman of the Charter Review. I know that Liza was very interested in having him put on here. He meets the criteria of having a Republican Democrat. He's filling the position that was previously held by a Democrat. So what be the will of the board? I know typically we talk to people before they get appointed to a board. I'm curious if with his background we might be comfortable doing it otherwise. If not, that's not a big issue either. I'm sure we can have him come back at some point. Donna, you know any specific thing that would prevent it from being, or any specific need? There's nothing coming up right away.
No, usually the Democrat or Republican is recommended by the town committee.
Mm-hmm,
So if he has their approval, I don't see any reason why
okay.
he would not be a good fit. And having met him through the charter
Mhm.
review, I think he's very conscientious, so I think that unfortunately, because we are, I don't mean it that way. Unfortunately, I'll say it again,
You said it.
because we're
But you
coming
didn't
up
mean
on
it, yeah.
election, the sooner we can get someone in place, the
Mhm.
better. Because there's a lot of work before an election with nomination papers, et cetera, that he would then be involved with.
That's what I was thinking, that,
Yeah.
you know, the time that goes before it, you know, that he has to get himself, you know, acclimated to the processes and stuff like that, and, you know, seeing that he's a student, I don't know, anybody else have any other thoughts on it?
I mean, I know him, he graduated with my daughter, he's a very impressive young man.
He is, isn't
To keep,
Yeah,
get some younger blood involved.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's very much enthusiastically, we're gonna support this.
Okay.
So,
All right.
And I
So,
also defer with Town Clerk Liza's request that we
Sure.
do
Okay.
that.
I just don't wanna go and do something that we don't typically end up doing without the feedback from the rest of you guys, so it sounds like it's overwhelmingly positive in support of, Mr. McNally being appointed tonight, so I'll entertain a motion to approve Pierce McNally as Registrar of Voting.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion in 2 seconds. All those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Next on the agenda, reappointments. Ad hoc Charter Review Committee, Robin Day, Karen Ripley, Marvin Chirac. Courtney, can you just speak to this briefly? This is just came up because there was a
There's,
1-year appointment at the
yeah,
time.
there's, both of these committees need to be, just reappointed and
Mhm.
approved, basically. Because they've already been on the committees previously, we didn't ask them
Sure,
to show
yep.
up here today. I think it just needs to be approved by you all, that these are both, that all three of these and the charter review are to be approved, and then because the fire station building committee will be reconstituted because of the special town meeting, that will also need to be reapproved.
Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to reappoint the Ad hoc Charter Review Committee members, Robin Day, Karen Ripley, Marvin Chirac.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? That's unanimous. And I'll entertain a motion to reappoint the Ad hoc Fire Station Building Committee members, Chief Scott Duffy, Christy Filippo, James Killinger, Lieutenant Charlie Williams, Sue Egan, Jean Blaney, and Tom Heaney, Deputy Chief Heaney.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? That's unanimous, thank you very much. All right, next on the agenda, license renewals. We've got quite a few here, and amazingly, we had a volunteer in the back room, so Select Person Childs,
Yes.
by all means.
I know Tiffany, you did it last time, so I guess we're taking turns.
And John had the really long one the time before that.
Yeah.
So Donna, you're up next.
Yeah.
Somebody write that down. Courtney, write that down.
And that's next.
Okay, pending all obligations have been met, common victular, Article 15, 406 VFW Drive, Tanya's Deli and Quick Mart, 246 East Water Street, China Plaza Restaurant, 35 Market Street, Best Western Rockland, 909 Hingham Street, The Hole in One, 482 Market Street, Luca South, 933 Hingham Street, Anita Marie's Breakfast and Lunch, 349 Union Street, McDonald's, 117 Market Street, Mimi's Cuban Cafe, 200 VFW Drive, Fab 5 Haitian Bistro, 347 Center Street, or Center Ave, Roy's Kebab, 928 Hingham Street, D'Angelo's Sandwich Shop, 144 Market Street, Wendy's, 1111 Hingham Street, The Brown Bag Deli, 125 Weymouth Street, Burger King, number 3708, 1333 Hingham Street, TK O'Shea's, 934 Hingham Street, Dunkin' Donuts, 147 Market Street, Stevie G's Restaurant, 372 Market Street, The Banner, 167 Union Street, Magoo's Ice Cream, 190 VFW Drive, Doubletree by Hilton, Rockland, 929 Hingham Street, 99 Restaurant, 29 Accord Park Drive, Spicy Edamame, 434 Union Street. Harmon Golf and Fitness Club, 168 Concord Street. Mike's Pizzeria, 315 Union Street. Minero's The Steakhouse, 371 Union Street. Dina's Pizza, 930 Hingham Street. Top Shelf Bistro, 120 Bill Delahunt Parkway. Players Sports Bar and Grill, 86 VFW Drive. Porter's Pub, 363 Union Street. Oriental Express, 8 West Water Street. Dunkin' Donuts, 851 Hingham Street. Dunkin' Donuts, 1149 Hingham Street. Greek House of Pizza, 343 Center Avenue. Class 1 International Motorsports LLC, 7 Market Street. Realty Systems Arizona, doing business as Hillcrest, 401 Beach Street. Class 2 Dennis Auto Body, 277 North Ave. Lou's Auto Body, 577 Market Street. International Motorsports LLC, 7 Market Street. WCS Automotive, 1 Bishop Lane. Southern Auto, 189 VFW Drive. Atlantic Automotive GE LLC, 50 John Dunn Drive. Advanced Transmission and Clutch, 511 Plain Street. Supreme Muffler and Brake, 218 VFW Drive. Entertainment, Article 15, 406 VFW Drive. China Plaza Restaurant, 35 Market Street. Luca South, 933 Hingham Street. TK O'Shea's, 934 Hingham Street. Stevie G's Restaurant, 372 Market Street. The Banner, 167 Union Street. Doubletree by Hilton Rockland, 929 Hingham Street. 99 Restaurant, 29 Accord Park Drive. Harmon Golf and Fitness Club, 168 Concord Street. Mike's Pizzeria, 315 Union Street. Minero's The Steakhouse, 371 Union Street. Top Shelf Bistro, 120 Bill Delahunt Parkway. Players Sports Bar and Grill, 86 VFW Drive. Porter's Pub, 363 Union Street. Automatic Amusement, The Banner, 167 Union Street. Players Sports Bar and Grill, 86 VFW Drive. Porter's Pub, 363 Union Street. Lodging, 92 Church Street LLC on 92 Church Street. Inn Holder, Best Western Rockland, 909 Hingham Street. Comfort Inn, 850 Hingham Street. The Banner, 167 Union Street. The Doubletree by Hilton Rockland, 929 Hingham Street. That's all I got.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve pending all obligations have been met.
Motion to approve.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second, all those in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you, Warren. All right, next on the agenda, Rent Control Board update. Courtney.
All right, so quick update from the Rent Control Board. They met on November 9th by Zoom. They discussed and approved 2 rent petition increases from Hometown America, otherwise known as Leisure Woods. One for 2022 and one for 2023. The board complied with a court order to approve the 2022 increase, and they did also approve the rent increase petition for 2023. The board also discussed and approved 2 eviction petitions for Hillcrest, and there is 1 remaining vacancy on the board. So just put that out there to you all for, if you have anyone that would be interested in participating. There is 1 remaining vacancy.
Okay, thank you, Courtney. Any questions, comments? Okay, next on the agenda, emergency shelter update.
All right, so we just received an update from the hotel this afternoon that they had 1 new family check-in at the shelter. There are no new shelter guests prior to that since October 31st. We're continuing our weekly meetings with the state. I would just like to publicly thank Senator Keenan and his office for his efforts in trying to secure funding for cities and towns like Rockland. There is language pending that would provide funding for reimbursement of direct costs, which and lost revenue from hotel tax. We'll continue to give an update on this every meeting. That's really where we are right now.
Do you know when the vote is on that?
I'm not sure when the vote is
Okay.
on that. I'm happy to look into that and get back to you. Yep.
That'd be good to know.
I know it's under
I mean,
discussion.
should we write a letter of support?
Yeah, I mean, as that comes up,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's something that we'll end up doing anyway. Generally, Senator Keenan will reach out and ask us
Yeah.
to put something in paper.
And we'll continue to advocate for that as well on our end
Okay.
through our channels that we
Okay.
have with the state regional coordinators. So
Any other questions?
You had one more.
Yeah.
So the governor told the feds that we just can't afford this program anymore. Is there any movement on that from the feds? Has there been any response?
not
Or-
that I'm aware
Yeah,
of. I
okay.
think, we did have a meeting on Monday, yesterday, with our state regional coordinator.
Mhm.
We've asked them those same questions.
Yeah.
Still kind of waiting to see how that
Mhm.
all plays out. So
Okay.
we'll continue to keep you all updated
Cool.
as we
Thank
have
you.
information.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Town meeting summary. Gordy.
All right. Quickly, just want to say thank you to everybody who came out for special town meeting on November 7th. We had 326 Rockland voters in attendance. All articles passed, including all the zoning, which was passed by a 2/3 vote. And Liza is working on sending the zoning to the AG's office to file for approval. All the other towns also have to do that. So that's really the big update on special town meeting. Just thank you all for coming and showing up and participating in the process.
So I had hoped to have
So,
SRA Board Chairman Tom Henderson here tonight. He got stuck out of town today, but he will be at our December meeting, and I'm going to hopefully have him at least every quarter, update the residents in the town as to where we stand with the next steps. I think enough people, I think it was like an 89% positive vote for this project, and I think some people got, excited and want to continue to be engaged. So Chairman Henderson will come in and he'll explain what the SRA does when their meetings are held, and then, every few months he'll come in and he'll update us as to what's next in the process that the developers are working on. So I was hoping to have it for tonight, but obviously things came up, so next time.
Mhm.
Next on the agenda, other old business not reasonably anticipated. Anything?
None.
None, okay. Number 6, Assistant Town Administrators Report and Correspondence. Court.
all right, great. I'll keep this relatively brief, but just so you all know, I am filling in for Doug while he's out for emergency back surgery. The surgery went well. He's resting and recovering. Per the surgeon's orders, he will be out through this week, and then he'll be working remotely until he's cleared to drive. I have had to sign off on a few contracts and grants in his absence, so it was good that the town updated the charter a few years ago to give the assistant town administrator the authority to do that in the TA's absence. So just perfect example of how that situation plays out in real time. And then the last thing I'll just say is I've had a chance to meet with a couple of you, and I've really enjoyed those conversations. I'm looking forward to meeting with the rest of the board soon. And that I've also been meeting with staff here and other folks in the community. I would welcome any recommendations of people to sit down and meet with. I'm looking to kind of get input from the community at large about what kind of their goals are and how I can work with them to kind of meet those goals. So those are my big things, just kind of filling in Doug's absence, continuing to be onboarded and meeting with staff and various volunteer boards, and looking forward to continuing those conversations over these next couple of months. So.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney. Selectmen's comments. Comments and opinions expressed by individual members do not necessarily reflect the views of the Board of Selectmen, and are the opinions and comments of only the individual member. Selectperson Elwood.
Just want to say happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone enjoys their time with their families, and hope to see everybody at the stroll on Saturday. That's it.
Thank you, John. Selectperson Charles.
Yep, ditto. Happy Thanksgiving. And I also want to say congratulations to Father Hickey. He's decided to retire. He's a beacon of leadership in our town, and he'll be sorely missed. And personally, I consider him a friend. A couple weeks ago, I went to his service, and he spoke about the situation at the Comfort Inn in Rockland. And he said that there's a light in every one of us, and that light is a reflection of God, and how, I don't mean to get all religious in this, but, you know, and he said that God will not turn away the poor or the needy, and that he said to his parish as Catholics, they had a responsibility to help these people. So, and many from that parish have reached out to see how they can help in organizing and, you know, and such. So, anyway, I just want to, you know, say thank you to Father Hickey for 30 years of leadership and kindness in this town. So, that's it.
All right, thank you, Lori. Select-Person Shorto?
I'd like to wish everybody a happy Turkey Day, and I hope as many people as possible can make it to the stroll.
Thank you, Donna. Vice Chairman Needham?
I would also like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and congratulations to Lieutenant McDonald and Sergeant Gil Coyne on their promotions tonight, once again. And I want to thank Pam Murphy and Dan Biggins for all of the hard work they have put on the stroll. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful success, but organizing that is a lot of work, and our community is that much better for it. So thank you, but happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Tiffany. So, you know, like what everybody else said it already, happy Thanksgiving to everybody in Rockland. I do want to thank Veterans Day, Veterans Affairs Coordinator, Tim White, for putting on a great Veterans Day parade. The Tri-Town Parade turned 70 years old this year, and I thought it was a great turnout by the community. At one point, I was kind of surprised we were walking through, and it seemed to thin out, but I was shocked at the end of the street how many people had filled in down there. So that was kind of a first, because that's usually where it thins out. But I thought Tim and all the veterans that showed up did a great job, and you know, obviously thank the veterans for their service. Also want to thank Sergeant Josh Goldhorn, or congratulate him rather, and Lieutenant Tom McDonald. Both of them have been stalwarts in the department for years, and it's very well deserved. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
I
adjourn.
have a motion, I have a second.
Second?
Motion and a second. All those in favor, Select-Person Childs.
Yes.
Select-Person Shortall.
Yes.
Select-Person Elwood. Yes. Vice Chair Needham.
Yes.
And myself. Thank you, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.